Hey guys, this is Coach AW coming to you with a new video. A while ago, I did a video called How Did I Get Here? And I was talking about when I got to a certain point in my life, around 40, where I wondered, how did I get to this point? What was the things that had brought me to that point? And I went back and re-examined my life to just see how I got to that point. Well, today what I want to do is kind of piggyback off that video, how did I get here? And in piggybacking off that, I want to talk about what I really discovered in getting to that point. My number one discovery was that I had been working on a living by a routine and not a plan. And there's a big difference. Most of the time, we get in the habit of doing something, being a certain way, and it become a routine. But it's not a plan. So at that point, at 40, I found myself in a place where I was broke, I was broken, and kind of not exactly homeless, but what I kind of call homeless because I no longer was a home owner. I had an apartment, but I didn't consider that my home. So I was kind of homeless. And I sit down and I ask myself, how did I get to this point? And my conclusion was that I had been working off a routine and not off a plan. And in the difference, some people might say, what's the difference? The difference is when you do a routine, you kind of do it automatically. You know, the alarm go off, you automatically reach over and touch it and turn it off. The phone ring, you automatically pick it up and answer. That's a routine. But a plan is something that you have put some thought behind, something that you have said, in order for me to get this results, I need to do step 1, 2, and 3. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Changing your routine into a plan to get the results that you want. So, in order for me to change that routine, my routines into the plan, so I would no longer be broken, I needed to examine what I was doing to cause me that, to be broken. And one of the biggest things that I found out was forgiveness. Forgiveness to anyone that you think might have wronged you. Forgiveness to any thing that you think have happened to you that wasn't fair. But most importantly, what I found out, forgiveness to yourself. And most of the time, we don't even think about forgiving myself. I did nothing to me. A lot of time, your subconsciousness is deep inside, and you're thinking, well, if I had have did this better, then I wouldn't be in this situation. If I had listened to what someone was telling me, I wouldn't be in that situation. All of that is past stuff. It's things that you can't do anything about. So you have to go and tell yourself, I forgive you. I forgive you for not loving you as much as you love the world or loved other people. I forgive you for not taking the time to listen to that gut feeling that was telling you maybe something is not right. I forgive you. And once I forgave me and made peace with me within, I was able to start moving forward out of brokenness. Now, then the next one is being broke. Well, being broke was in order for me to get not be homeless, and I wanted to buy a house again. I wanted home ownership. And in order for me to do that, I couldn't be broke. So I had to ask myself, what do you need to not, as society see it, be broke? I needed to not have a lots of credit card debt. I needed to have a good credit score. I needed to have a good job that was giving me an income every pay period. So I had a good job. I had a decent credit score, but I did have credit card bills that I had ran up. So I had to make a plan every pay period that I get paid. I'm going to pay this amount off on my credit cards until they're paid off. I had a plan. Before, I just had a routine. I knew I was going to pay something on them so I wouldn't get a bill saying I didn't pay on it. But I didn't have a plan that said I'm going to pay this amount every time until they're paid off at this time to get the results I wanted. The other one was home ownership. In order to have that home, I had to correct that credit score and that being per se broke. A lots of time I found myself slipping back into those old habits or routines and not sticking to my plan. For example, in order for me to stick to my plan better, I also created one part of my plan was to see exactly where my money was going. So I did a 60-day experiment, let's call it. And I took a shoebox, nothing fancy, just a empty shoebox. And for 60 days, every penny I spent, I kept the receipt and I put it in that shoebox. At the end of the first 30 days, I went through the shoebox and I looked at exactly where my money was going. One of the big things that always stick with me is that on the way to work in the morning, I would buy a coffee. I would stop at the coffee shop and buy a latte. And that latte cost $6 and some, but let's just say for to make it the math simpler, it cost $5. So that meant for 5 days a week, I bought a latte. That was $25. It's 4 weeks in a year. That was $100 a month that I was spending on 20 cups of coffee. On 5, 10, 15, 20 cups of coffee. That's a lot of money on coffee. So at the end of those 60 days, what I did, I already had a coffee machine. You can buy good coffee anywhere. So I simply went out, bought me some good coffee, and started making my coffee and taking it with me on the way to work. Did I stop it completely? No, because I think when there are some things you should do if you really enjoy, you should allow yourself to do them, but you shouldn't allow yourself to do them where they become a routine that takes away from your goal or your plan. So that was one of the big things. And after 2 years, of sticking to my plan. Once I made a plan, I'm going to save this amount of money per month. I'm going to uh, not go, when I go shopping, I am not going to buy just because I have a credit card or just because I can. I'm only going to buy what I need. And after 2 years of doing this, I was able to apply for a loan to purchase a house and become a home owner again. So this worked. And what I want, my point today is what I hope you will take away from this video is look at where you are and ask yourself, are you living your life as a routine or do you have a plan? It's a big difference, and it will make a big difference in your life if you have a plan. So make a plan, stick to it, and there will be some time you will kind of fall away from it, but forgive yourself, start and get right back on your plan. So at this time, I can happily say that I have been a homeowner for over 18 years. I don't have credit card debt, and I'm happy. I'm doing the things that I want. I'm able to invite and allow people in my life, and I'm moving forward. I'm on the verge of creating my best part of my life. So, routine, a plan. Make sure you have a good, solid plan and stick to it. Routine is something you do. A plan give you the results that you want. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If it have, I hope you will like this video. We'll share it with someone that it might be helpful to. And as always, I tell you, you don't have to be invisible. I see you. You don't have to be silent. I'll hear you. And you don't have to walk alone. I'll walk with you. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.